So this is the Hilo service video. This is going to cover all Hilos other than the Hilo Ace and the Hilo Straight. So first thing you need is your seat post, your activation rods, your seal protection sticks, seal head install tools, base plate removal tool, seal install pick, removal pick, seal kit, 10mm socket and ratchet, shaft clamps for whichever size post you're working on, 3-way Allen tool, shock pump, strap wrench, some alcohol, slick honey, automatic transmission fluid, and some lint-free towels. So first thing you're going to do is mount it in the vise. Break the seal head free, do not remove it. First you're going to clean it with some alcohol, make sure you get all the residue off so your strap wrench will stick. Just break that free, then turn it upside down. Remove the air valve cap. Do not go all the way down because you will remove the air valve plate. Make sure you're just removing the cap. Using your 3-way, push down the activator rod in the top of the post. Put your stick through the side to hold the valve open. Cycle it a few times until you feel all the oil down here. Double check you've got all your oil. Depressurize. Remove the valve plate. Pull that seal off. Clean it with some alcohol. Then what you're going to do is unthread the collar by hand. Get ready to dump your post into the oil bucket. Remove the lower mast. Go ahead and pull that tool out. Take your keyways off. Discard the bushing and stopper. Remove your seal head. Grab your base plate removal tool. Separate that. Remove it over the oil bucket and drain the post. Set the post aside to drain. Using your 5mm, remove the valve. Go ahead and discard the Delrin piece. Clean that up. Remove your 2 O-rings with the pick. Be careful not to scratch the shaft. Open your new seal kit. All right. Pull the dust wiper out of the seal head. Make sure you don't scratch the gland. Remove that dust wiper. Remove the inner O-ring. Go ahead and clean your seal head out. Make sure you get all the debris out of there. All right, and that's ready to go back together now. So, first thing you're gonna do is take your 2 little O-rings and get them on the activator. Gently walk that second one on. Go ahead and replace your spring. Get your valve base with its O-ring, valve, tighten the valve in. All right, that's ready to go. Now what you're gonna wanna do, use some of your slick honey. Go ahead and put some grease into this gland behind the U-cup. Install your U-cup. Install your outer tube seal. And then using the very thin diameter seal, you're actually going to go ahead and work it into this gland inside the U-cup. And you can see it starting to go into place inside here. Work it in all the way around. Okay, make sure you got that seated. Go ahead and put your large O-ring onto your air valve. Then you need to dress your upper mast. So you're going to start with your seal protectors. Drop these into the keyway grooves. Grab your medium-sized bullet tool. It should line up with the outer mast. Slip your seal head on. Go ahead and remove those two seal protectors. Install your glide ring and stopper bushing. Your two brass keys. Slide the seal head up to hold them in place. Go ahead and dip your two seals in grease. Get a nice coating on them. Then what you're gonna need to do is use your small activator bar again. Replace it through the holes in the head. Go ahead and feed your activator in. There's a small tube inside there you got to get it fed into. And if you get fed in right, as you're tightening this base plate on, you'll feel this tool go firm when it's actually holding the valve open. Just go ahead and backpedal this until you feel the thread drop. Tighten it in. Go ahead and snug it with your tool. And if you got it right, this should now be nice and rigid because it's actually holding your valve open down here. Grab your lower tube, make sure you're lining up the insertion marks with the cable on the back side. Hand tighten your seal head on. Make sure your post cycles smoothly by hand. Make sure it's fully extended. Once it's fully extended, you're going to fill it up with oil halfway between the thread, the top of the threads, and the outside of the post. So you're gonna bring your oil volume up to halfway between the top of that thread and the end of the post. Once you got your oil height above the threads, that makes sure that you don't have a low fill, so you don't have to go back and top it off. If you go just to the top of the threads, you risk not filling it up enough and you're gonna have to open it and re-top it off. So this is where the tool becomes important because you're gonna install your air valve And that inside valve needs to be held open in order to push some of that oil in and allow your air valve to install and seat. Go ahead and thread that in. Just snug it up for now. Then go ahead and cycle all the oil back down into the top of the post again. And for the regular Hilo 125 like this, or the Hilo 100, it's going to be at 25 PSI. Go ahead and clean it with alcohol and a fresh towel. Go ahead and remount it in the vise. Snug your air valve. Install your air cap. Go ahead and turn it over. Snug your seal head back down. Go ahead and test its function. The first few times you cycle it, you should actually feel the oil moving down into the bottom. Go ahead and compress it and then remove your activator. Make sure it stays. And that's how you service a Hilo R. If you have any questions, feel free to visit our website at xfusionshocks.com and for any of our other tech videos.